Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Bakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom, shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching His word truthfully and sincerely. And I say shalom to your Akim out there. And this is a sit-down lesson on this April the 7th, 2022, on this Thursday noon, 12:22 p.m. And this is a news article from RT that I just seen. I wanted to do a quick sit-down lesson on it. And this is in the news article right here, and it says China issues warning over Taiwan. It says Beijing vows to take effective measures after the U.S. announced the sales of weapons to Taipei. It says the Chinese army has vowed to take effective measures to prevent foreign meddling and attempts to establish the independence of Taiwan. Chinese Defense Ministry spokesperson Tan Kivi said on Thursday in a response to the U.S. supply weapons systems to Taipei. Taiwan is an inalienable part of China's territory. Taiwan issues concern China's fundamental interests and does not tolerate outside interference. Keefe insists, adding that China's army will take effective measures to resolutely suppress any forms of internal interference and attempts to separate forces to achieve independence for Taiwan, and will unreservedly protect national sovereignty and territorial integrity. And it says the statement comes after China logged summoned representation with U.S. after the announced on Tuesday of the approval of the estimate $95 million package to Taiwan. The third kind of since U.S. President Joe Biden took office, which includes training, planning, fielding, deployment, operation, maintenance, and sustainment of the Patriot system associated with equipment and logistics support elements, as well as ground support equipment and spare parts for the mission-defiant system. It says Keefe stated that the U.S. Army says that Taiwan has seriously violated the One China principle, and the three joint U.S. communiques are flagrant interference in China's international affairs and seriously damaging China's sovereignty and security interests, adding that the move also harms China-U.S. relations and military ties, and it's detrimental to peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. The U.S. Foreign Minister also issued a warning to the U.S. on Thursday, saying it will take strong measures if House Representative Speaker Nancy Pelosi, most likely she's not gonna visit because she got, I believe I was looking at CNN, she was tested positive for the COVID-19. So expect that trip might be delayed. Now, if she get cleared for C-word 19 before then I'll see she'll make a trip over there. But I think as of the moment right now, since she's tested it positive for that COVID-19, I expect she probably might not make it, if she's not cleared before next week, to make that trip over there, Continuing on with the news article from RT.com and relates to this news article, and that the move will severely impact relations. While the visit has not yet confirmed by Pelosi's office, some media outlets believe it will happen after her trip to Japan this weekend. It says Chinese Foreign Minister spokesperson Zhao Lijing told reporters that Beijing strongly opposes all forms of official interaction between the United States and Taiwan, which do not inform which do not formally have any diplomatic relations, and urged Washington to cancel Speaker's trip, warning that all consequences that arise from this move will completely be borne by the U.S. side. It says the warning Beijing comes amid heightened tensions in the Pacific as the U.S. and region allies raise fears that China will see Taiwan as an inalienable part of sovereignty territory, might take action to reunify Taiwan and mainland China, including by force. Wow. The Republic of China (ROC) was established in Taiwan after the Civil War in mainland in 1949. The island has been self-governed since then, but never formally declared independence from China. It has a population of 25 million people. The U.S. recognized Beijing as the one legitimate authority in China. In 1979, however, Washington also maintained unofficial relations with Taiwan and is one of the major arms suppliers under the Taiwan Relations Act, which requires U.S. to provide the islands with the means to defend itself. So, after I was reading that article, China's sending Beijing, I believe, Beijing, China, sending warnings to the United States over the recent sale of weapons, which including a package of training and deployment and a lot of other many things that's in that deal as well too. So that goes to show you the increase of the wars and rumors of wars. And this is since they made a warning and taking effect measures of the United States did this sale with Taipei, Taiwan. And then, as I was reading the bottom part of the article, and it was showing that they already have heightened tensions between the Pacific Islands in that region of the South China Sea. I meant to say Slovakia. So then you got the allies along with the United States as well too. Over that South China Sea. Because you got Japan over there and many more allies over the South China Sea. So you got many different nations over there trying to take full control over there in the South China Sea. And it goes into the increase of the wars and rumors of wars. And this is a this is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 7, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. And when ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, as well, I just read that article right there. That's a prime example of, Beijing possibly might take serious measures in sending out warnings to the United States after they did this sale to back and to fully support Taipei, just in case of anything, if Taipei, Taiwan is fully harmed by China and its allies as well too, especially with the current heightened tensions over there over the South China Sea. That's why you seeing the increase of the wars and rumors of wars, because these nations are taking shots at one another. It might not be from a warlike physical standpoint right now, but it's from a economic and verbal negotiations of taking shots at each other, currently. But it's gonna be a time there's gonna be a war, over there in that region. But no, since this at the moment with this current situation over there with that, it's just from a economic standpoint, a verbal rumor war economic standpoint, and a verbal standpoint as well too. So that's why those increase of wars and rumors of wars, and in three different categories. One, it can be from a verbal standpoint, taking shots at one another verbally. Second, it could be a war economic type. And three, it could just be all out full military war. So those three different types of wars and rumors of wars. And number four, it could be just a rumor. And number five, I know I just, it's lucky I know I just named three, but I just added two more to that. And number five, it could be a war rumor, wars and rumor of war of being becoming a reality. And it could be all those categories as well too. And I'm read it again for edification's sake. Mark 13:7. And when ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars, be not troubled, for such things must need be. But the end is not yet, right? Because the end is not yet, because we are, as us being the men of the Lord, the servants, the prophets of the men of the Lord. Here, the men of great millstone, because we be able to continue to learn these things for they happen. These wars and rumors of wars and biblical prophecies of going on in the news on an everyday basis. Sometimes you might not believe what the media say in the news because it might be just a rumor. It might not be fully true. But these prophecies are definitely coming to pass with the increase of wars and rumors of wars, And we seeing these things right before our eyes. As these biblical prophecies take stage on the global planet Earth right now. And this is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 8. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. Right, because we are seeing that right now. We seeing the increase of the nation shall rise against nations, and the kingdom against kingdom. With the current situation already heightened tensions over there in the South China Sea. Now with this new measure warnings of Beijing, said they're going to set some measures and take warnings to with the United States potentially sell some weapons to Taipei, just in case of anything, goes down in regards to that situation, because the United States fully supports and they back Taipei, Taiwan, because they feel like Taipei, Taiwan is, it's not being, I guess, fully not supported by these other allies, and United States is want to be one of their biggest allies. So that's why you see the increase of these nations shall rise against nations in the last days, and it's going to further increase. And you see this in many other places around the world as well, too, of the nations shall rise against nations and the kingdom against kingdoms as well, too. Just like I believe with the current tensions over there in the Middle East with the Israelis versus the Palestinians, you got that current situation going on. And then, you still got tensions over there, I believe over there in Syria, in that region. And recently you have, I believe, like a 2-month trust ceasefire over there in Yemen. But I expect to see that ceasefire go away and tensions going to increase once again. Because, Because there are going to be times, since we're living in biblical prophecy times, it's going to be times when, tensions are settled down and things just calm down. And, these nations of people have this hostility and animosity towards one another for a long period of time, and then they calm tensions down. They come to some agreement to have a little momentarily ceasefire, but tensions gonna increase again because everything is balanced. Especially dealing with biblical prophecies, because the Heavenly Father is a just power. He's a just balance. He calms tension down and he increases it back up as well too. You know, because these biblical prophecies are it's balance. It's balanced to things. And I'm gonna read it again for edification's sake. This is the book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 8, and it reads through the Holy Scriptures. For nation shall rise against nations, and kingdom against kingdoms, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. Right, we're seeing the increase of the earthquakes in diverse places, and then we're seeing the famines. And I'm gonna look at the right. I'm gonna look up that definition of famine. If your patient has your moderate to severe eczema or atopic dermatitis under control. Because in the last days, there's going to be an increase of famine as well, too. I'm not trying to get off topic, though, but... Right, famine is a extreme scrutiny of food, drought could cause, and famine throughout the region, right? Because we're seeing that as well, too. Especially over there in the Yemen region, in third world countries, and many other countries is gonna hit it as well too with the famine. And it's definitely gonna hit Babylon the Great as well too, according to the Holy Scriptures. And troubles, right? You're gonna see troubles around the world as that increases well too. Like I mentioned before, even though tensions might calm down, and that goes back until when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them. And it relates to that rough paraphrase. And these are the beginning of sorrows, right? Because these are beginning of sorrows of biblical prophecy times. Because these are written in the Holy Scriptures. And it's gonna continue to increase with the nations rising against nations, and the kingdom against kingdoms as well too, as we currently seeing that right now. But it's gonna further increase, even though tensions are calmed down. But it's gonna escalate once again. And so with that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Yahushua, Bahashim, Wakar Kadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely, and shalom to the Akim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely, and once again, shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.